Time now for the morning rush.
We start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. Mostly to partly sunny skies over the state today. We're going to sneak in a little more sunshine than we did yesterday. Winds will be much lighter too. Those will be 5 to 15 miles per hour. It's not until late Thursday night into Friday do we start to see the return of some showers over the northwest.
All right, thanks so much, Kristen. We turn out to some breaking news just into our newsroom. CNN is now reporting that a shooting has been reported at Great Mills High School. That's in Maryland. It's at St. Mary's County Public Schools. The school is on lockdown as we speak. The district says the incident has been contained. The sheriff's office is on scene as well. No further details at this time. We're working to get more details for you. As soon as we do, we'll bring it to you right here on KRQE News 13. On to Sarah now.
This morning, another homicide investigation is underway after a body was found here at the Smith's parking lot. APD says officers were called out to the area of Constitution and Carlisle in regards to a shots fired call around 11 last night. When they arrived on scene, they found a body, deeming it a full homicide call out. Our cameras captured numerous police cruisers and the CSI van on scene. We also saw what appeared to be Smith's employees not allowed to leave the store. Police have since cleared the area. What's next in the investigation coming up in the 5 Facts. Back to you.
On to some new overnight news. APD is also dealing with another scene at 4th and Freeman. Information still limited on this scene this morning. Police on scene say an incident there is under investigation. They would not give specifics. As our crews arrived on scene, someone was getting put into custody. We'll continue following this story for you. Let you know the very latest on KRQE.
As you wake up in Austin, Texas, fears continue to grow that a serial bomber is on the loose. 2 people were injured by a package bomb on Sunday night. Police say the device was more sophisticated than those used in the 3 earlier explosions in the city, and it appears to be the work of the same person or persons. Coming up in the 5 Facts, an overnight explosion outside of San Antonio, Texas that could be linked to the Austin bombings.
Happening today, we're expecting to learn more about a fire leaving nearly 30 people homeless. Mayor Tim Keller's office, along with an update from AFD, say they will talk about resources available to families left without a home. The fire happened Sunday afternoon at the apartments near Zuni and Louisiana. Residents say the complex did not have working smoke detectors or fire extinguishers.
Happening now, the feds are offering up a $2,000 reward for information on 45-year-old Daniel Corson, a fugitive wanted out of California since 2015. Federal authorities say Corson is driving a stolen silver Toyota Tacoma with a Utah license plate. They are asking people in New Mexico to keep an eye out for him. Federal investigators say he was last seen 3 days ago robbing a bank near Denver.
Also today, the man police say caused a deadly crash in a stolen RV is expected to be sentenced in another case. In January, David Barber pleaded guilty to criminal damage to property and conspiracy in connection to a 2016 burglary. He is awaiting trial for allegedly leading police on that crosstown chase and resulting in the death of another driver. Today in court, Barber could face up to 4 years for that case.
Also happening now, police are asking for your help finding a woman they say distracted a cashier while another took thousands of dollars worth of merchandise from a Bed Bath & Beyond. Police say it happened at the store near Cottonwood Mall. The 2 women were seen leaving in a silver car with a sticker that reads Brian and Jessica in the back window. If you know anything about this crime, call police.
We're looking ahead for you on this Tuesday morning. Albuquerque firefighters will soon see an increase in their pay. City councilors voted last night to approve a resolution giving fire union employees a 1.5% bump in pay. The union represents 640 Albuquerque firefighters. A similar resolution died at the last meeting after councilors deadlocked on that issue.
Happening now, crews are working to repair and clean up a water main break in Rio Rancho. The break is affecting homes in the areas of northern, southern, east of Rainbow, and west of Unser. No word yet as to how the break happened.
On to news new at 6. Former Sex and the City star Cynthia Nixon says she will challenge Governor Andrew Cuomo in New York's Democratic primary in September. Her announcement on Monday sets up a race pitting an openly gay liberal activist against a 2-term incumbent with a $30 million war chest, not to mention possible presidential ambitions. The 60-year-old Cuomo was favored 66% to 19% over Nixon in a recent Siena College poll.
New at 6, the world's last male northern white rhino has died. The Kenyan Conservancy taking care of it says that leaves only 2 of its subspecies alive in the world. Both are female. A copy of his genetic material was taken in the hopes that future technology could potentially revive the species seemingly doomed for extinction.
On to news, new at 6, we're learning the accessories chain Claire's has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Claire's says the stores will remain open as it restructures its debt and allowing customers to keep getting their ears pierced there. The mall chain Bose said it pierced more than 100 million ears since it started offering the service 40 years ago, including all 3 of my kiddos.
New this morning, as Krista mentioned earlier, some residents in California are preparing for heavy rainfall. Residents in Montecito have been preparing with sandbags, while others have just been evacuating the area in preparation for the rain to hit the burn scars that could lead to massive mudslides. Kristen?
Happening now on the first official day of spring, the southeast U.S. is facing another round of severe weather. This same storm brought heavy rain, hail, and tornadoes to the south yesterday. Its remnants are expected to form a nor'easter later this week, likely to bring snowfall totals up to about a foot possible to Midwest and the New England area. So, of course, we're going to keep tabs on that. Here at home, totally different story. Metro Threat Index down to 1 only because of some chilly temperatures we have out there now in the 30s, but no weather concerns this afternoon with highs in the 60s underneath a mostly sunny sky. Crystal?
Looking ahead for you this morning, it might be a good idea to start learning that bike lanes are no parking spots. The Albuquerque City Council could soon vote on ticketing people who park in these lanes. Councilor Isaac Benton is proposing an amendment to the current traffic code, officially adding bike lanes to the list of places where drivers cannot park. If the council sends the amendment to committee, it could be up for vote in the next few months.
New at 6, most Americans do not have ideal cardiovascular health. The study in the Annals of Internal Medicine looked at data from 1988 to 2014. Researchers found rates of ideal cardiovascular health remained below 40% for whites, 25% for Mexican Americans, and 15% for African Americans.
Okay, listen to this. Also new at 6, having poor dental health may be linked to an increased risk for diabetes. California researchers looked at records of nearly 10,000 adults over 20 years old and found a relationship between the number of teeth a person was missing and poor results on glucose tests. Kristen.
All right, time now for a check on traffic. We do have a crash at Juan Tibet in Cochiti Road. That's near Central this morning. We also have orange barrels in the roadway. That's I-25 northbound at the Big I. So heads up there. We are going to be keeping an eye on that. Hopefully it doesn't slow us down too much this morning.
And some terrifying moments in San Jose after a homeowner called police after finding several grenades inside a home during an estate sale. At least 10 homes had to be evacuated. The bomb squad came in and was able to safely dispose of those grenades. According to police, the home was left vacant for nearly 2 years. Now, the owner has no idea how they got inside the home.
Disposed, they exploded them.
Yikes.
Blew them up. That would be kind of scary.
Time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, police officers are expecting to gather for safety training in honor of Bernalillo County Deputy James McGrain Jr. It comes just 2 days before the 12th anniversary of when McGrain Jr. was gunned down during a traffic stop. The course teaches officers life-saving tactics. The program was created by the parents of McGrain Jr.
On to number 4 now. An Albuquerque City councilor is calling for a study to see if her new idea to help alleviate traffic on a narrow stretch of Paseo could actually work. That part of Paseo is west of Kimmick near Unser, is 1 lane in each direction. Volcano Vista High and Ventana Ranch nearby funnel in. Councilor Cynthia Borrego is asking the city to look at making the dirt median into a reversible driving lane. Now, that could mean an extra lane that will flow eastbound for morning traffic. Then the lane would shift westbound during the evenings.
At number 3, warmer temperatures across the state today with a mostly sunny sky overhead and pretty light winds 5 to 15 miles per hour in most areas. Our warming trend continues both Wednesday and Thursday.
At number 2, we continue to follow breaking overnight news. A 4th homicide in 4 days is the reason a Northeast Albuquerque Smiths was put on lockdown. APD says the officers responded to a shots fired call in the area of Constitution and Carlisle around 11 last night. They would soon tape off the area, forcing Smith's employees to stay inside. Now, police say they did find a body near the shopping center. We have yet to hear how the person died or if a suspect is named.
On to number 1 now. More breaking news for you. Another bomb blows up, this time near San Antonio, Texas. Authorities believe it's linked to the recent bombings in Austin. Here's why. According to CBS News, authorities say that package was addressed to Austin but blew up early this morning at a FedEx facility just northeast of San Antonio. Authorities say 1 female employee suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The FBI tells CBS News multiple FBI agents and local law enforcement are on scene this morning. The agency could not confirm reports that the package may have contained nails or shrapnel. Austin police are still investigating 4 recent bomb explosions in that city that's left several dead or injured.